What did you do before going to school to become a teacher?
So I actually owned and operated my own restaurant at 19. So at 16, I got a job working at the Weather Vane, which is a seafood restaurant in Kittery. And I worked there until I was 19. So I worked there for 3 years. And then I went and I opened a restaurant in Rangeley, Maine. I did that for 2 years, 19 to 21. When I was 21, I decided I wanted to go back to college because I had always wanted to be a teacher. So I went to the University of Maine at Farmington, got my teaching degree, and then I got a job teaching.
What do you like most about your job?
My favorite part of this job is that it changes every single day. So there's a lot of variety. It makes the days go really, really quick, and I love that aspect about it. Once when I was a lot younger, I had a friend worked for a company, and they were looking for somebody to do telemarketing for a day or two. And so I went and did telemarketing. Oh, I hated it because it was the same thing. Literally, I had a script. So I had to make a phone call and then say the same script over and over and over again. I was like, I literally walked out of that after 2 days and I was like, I will never do that again.
What does your job consist of?
Technically, my job is to teach. I'm a library teacher, so I teach research skills, I teach technology skills, not only to students, but to teachers as well, right? So that's my primary job. And then kind of secondarily, when I have time, I prepare resources for students, so displays of books. If kids are doing research projects, I create book lists, I create database lists, I create pathfinders. I manage the whole collection of all of the resources that we have here in the library, and that's electronic as well as physical books. So that's just some of what I do.
What college did you go to and what degrees did you get?
I have a Bachelor's of Science degree in secondary education with a concentration in history. That's from the University of Maine at Farmington. I have a Master's of Arts degree in history from Salem State College, and I have a degree in library teaching from Cambridge College.
What is your least favorite part of the day?
I guess my least favorite is I take my job really seriously. I take my teaching, I take my library stuff. I really feel like I'm saving kids' lives, if you can believe that. I really believe that. And so when students don't take that seriously, then that's a little disheartening to me. That's probably the only thing I dislike about my job, is that sometimes my passions are far higher than the average American teenager today.
What did you do before becoming a library teacher at Pentucket?
I actually taught social studies in this building before I came to the library. And the first year, the hardest part of being in the library was not having that daily contact with students where you actually can build a rapport and a relationship. And now I'm able to build those relationships with kids. So yes, I do.
If you had to convince a friend to apply for this job, what would you tell them?
The first thing I would tell them, and this is what I tell all my friends who don't work here, that the kids at Pentucket are amazing. The kids are, for the most part, engaged. Families are engaged. And kids are really, really nice, polite, well-behaved, respectful. And so that's what I would tell people, that our kids are amazing. We have amazing students.
If you had a do-over, would you change your career? Why or why not?
I have no regrets about coming into teaching. I have no regrets about moving from the classroom as a social studies teacher to coming to the library. I feel like all those decisions were really good for me and for what I kind of want to do in my life. And just, yeah, no, I don't have any regrets. None.
Who is the biggest influence on your career?
The biggest influence on my career has probably been an author that I read. The book is called Mindset. That book has really completely shifted my view of education and what I'm trying to do in my career as a teacher.
Which teacher are you closest to?
Definitely Miss Cece, Miss Cartier-Krebling. We have a very, very similar worldview. We see the world in a very, very similar way. And so she is very nurturing. And so if I'm frustrated over something, she'll totally talk me down off the cliff. Yeah. So it's nice having somebody that is so similar in values and beliefs.
If you could change 3 things about your job, what would they be?
So I would love more teacher support of library programs, library skills, just all of those kinds of things. I really wish that more teachers would come. And this is funny because I actually collaborate a lot with teachers, but I still wish I could get everybody, you know what I mean, to see that the library and library skills are really part of their curriculum. I wish that students were more studious, kind of more intellectual, that they took this amazing opportunity that they have for a free education. This is the last time, right? High school is the last time that students will get a free education. So I wish they saw it like that, like, oh my God, I'm getting something for free. I'm getting this amazing thing for free. So I really wish kids were more studious and more grateful for the education they're getting here. I really wish I had more money in my budget to buy just more resources.
How long have you been working at Pentucket?
This is my 20th year at Pentucket, and I've been teaching for 23, my 23rd year in the profession.
Is it worth traveling to get to work every day?
I actually live in Maine, but I have to say there's something about living away from where you work. Like, I very, very rarely see anybody from Pentucket. Like, very rarely. In fact, the only time I see people from Pentucket is when I'm down here doing stuff, and then I see kids and I see teachers and stuff. So I do kind of like that, being away from my job.